Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. This is part one of my Tom cup review, or my first impressions of this cup. I bought this cup in, it would have been November, and from Chemist Warehouse, I think, for about $35, I think. Anyway, I'll link my unboxing somewhere in this video. As you all well know, I usually do three. I use this for 3 cycles to tell you what it's kind of like, because sometimes what happens is you don't always get the best first impression, or something else happens, something else could be going in your life. So I try and do a little bit of a longer test range than just one. Again, I'll link the unboxing because that contains a bit more information about Tom Organics company. So this is an organic cotton bag. This one has Tom on it, Tom Organics on there. It doesn't look like it's gonna focus, maybe there's just not enough light here for it to get it. And this is what the cup looks like. It's got these 2 ridges on the inside, a flat, which I haven't trimmed, a flat, and then I've got these 2 little finger impressions. So I used this cup on the first day of my November cycle, which was Friday the 6th. I got my period around 10:30 a.m. And used this Tom cup straight away. It was exceptionally easy to insert and very easily popped open. I use the punch down fold, and for those of you who don't know, I just find this one an easy insert, and it does pop out quite easily from this fold. Not all cups do fold out from this very easily, but this one had no problem with it, and did it extremely well. It was comfortable to wear and I had no issues with it until about 9 p.m. So I felt it kind of shift slightly, indicating that it was full, and so, you know, it was 9 p.m. I thought I'll just go have a shower, take it out, you know, put another cup back in. But yeah, the removal was actually very much more difficult than I expected. It has snuggled quite a way up. I think I've mentioned before I have a high cervix, which is not necessarily a problem. It's just you have to be aware that the cup sometimes goes a little bit higher than expected. So these finger grooves were not as useful as I thought they were going to be, and I don't think they're as useful as Tom's Organics think that they are going to be. The idea of them obviously is to grab them to pull, and which I mean, initially I think when I unboxed it I thought this was a really great idea, this whole kind of grab and pull, but it is really not. This is really, really smooth, and so I think this reminds me of the Acalia cup, so I'm really trying to be very cautious with having a negative connotation with this cup, because I had quite a negative experience with using the Acalia cup, because while the shape was fantastic, the stem and the base were essentially didn't have any grip, and it's the same as this one. So it really took me a hot minute to really work it down enough to grasp, hold onto it and remove it, because this is so smooth. So even though these groove holes I think still are a potentially good idea, and they're very good for guidance, I think if you're a new cup user, these could be very useful to guide you to kind of grip on the bottom of the base, and not just rely on the stem. However, there's no grip marks here, so once your fingers get here, your cup is naturally a little bit slimy, it's a little bit wet, and so when you've kind of grabbed it, your fingers slip quite easily off of it. Oh, well, this is what happened to me, at least. So this is the kind of first experience that I've had with this. So, yes, I think it would be far, far better to do little, grippers on here, so that when you grasp it with your fingers, you can pull it out instead of it sliding off. Because it's quite different grabbing and holding this while it's dry and clean and sterilized outside of yourself, but it's very different when it's wet and a little bit covered in your vaginal canal juices. So it washed out rather well. I used System JO to wash it and clean it. I haven't sterilized it yet. I did put it through a Milton sterilizing tablet just before I came back, but I haven't boiled it yet. So I'll usually boil my cups just before my next period is due, just so it's sterilized just before I need to use them. Whereas just after my period ends, I usually just wash them out with System JO and or use a Milton sterilizing tablet just to keep them clean until I can actually boil them. So this is the November update for Australian owned and made Tom Organic Cup, and I guess I'm going to see you in December for that update, and then in January, and then this will probably be posted at the end of January or early Feb. Okay. Hello everybody and welcome back. This is actually the second update for the Tom Organic, I'm not sure how well that's showing up on the screen here, Tom Menstrual Cup review. I wore this on day 3 of my February period, on a Sunday the 21st of February, and I wore it while I was out. The cup was simple to put in, and didn't actually need to be adjusted after I put it in. There were no leaks, even though I wore period underwear, of course, as a backup. It's been super hot here at the moment, so I didn't really want to go out with pads on, just because I just knew how sweaty and gross it would be. So I wore this menstrual cup. So no leaks. When it came to remove it, it was actually quite slippery, but as long as I actually avoided these things and I used this side to get it, that actually worked out a lot better in removal. It was about 2/3 full. It was full up to about here, and it rinsed out rather well. I haven't actually sterilized it or boiled yet. I've just cleaned it out, so there are a couple of marks on the inside that I'll get out with the next cleaning. So this is the second review, and I will catch up with you all in the third review of this cup to give final thoughts and opinions. Hi, this is the third update for the Tom Organics Cup, or Tom Organic Cup. I always add the S on the end. Anyway, you should have already seen the 2 updates previous to this, but this is the March. I used it in my March cycle. I wore it for an entire day. I think it was day 3 that I wore it on. And look, to be honest, the first time I used this cup and the first cycle that I used it on, it was dodgy. I did not like these holes. They weren't really that useful. They weren't that grippy. I had a bit of difficulty, finding purchase and getting this cup, out. But subsequently, in this one, it's a very comfortable cup to wear. Once it places really easy. I generally will use the punch down fold. I'm not a big fan of the C cup fold. I find this C cup fold to be too big, essentially, and I don't find it pops out that easy. I find it kind of tends to pop out as you're putting it in, rather than, once, you've, you know, kind of pushed the rim past your pubic bone. So I find this little one far easier to deal with. So yes, I like the C-cup fold, and even then it pops out really quick and easy, and because of that, it means that it's a very comfortable cup to wear, and yeah, the focus on this is just super weird. So yeah, wearing this cup, and of course this time, because I know that these grip cups are pretty useless and are functionally a design flaw, grabbing it from this base though, even while this is smooth, and it makes it a bit more interesting, because it's always so smooth, just grabbing it from this side and pulling it out, so much more easier, so much quicker. Once I had that sorted out, this became far easier to use as a cup. Definitely would recommend this as a cup. I think even it would be a nice beginner cup as well. It is not too big, it is not too firm either. I find sometimes firmer cups can cause a bit of grief. It just seems to sit right in this lovely middle ground of cups as well. It's not too firm, it's not too soft, but that also gives it the advantage because you're not concerned about it. Like seriously, once it's in, smooth sailing. Once I realized not to use the finger marks, really easy to get out. So it goes in really easy, it pops out really easy, it comes out really easy. Would recommend. I'll put the link down below. Just a reminder, this is not an affiliate. I'm not being paid for this. It is just a personal opinion, but I do like Tom Organic Cup. So hopefully this has given you some perspective on using it over 3 different cycles and in 3 different circumstances and in 3 different places. So I got to use it in a variety of contexts as well. So other than that, thank you for watching. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the day. And I, of course, will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.